Testing. Okay. Part 1109, use of meditation board proceedings. 1. Meditation statement, purpose of the organization, jurisdiction. 1109. 2. Comments of meditation. Commencement of meditation. 1109. 3. Meditation procedures. 1109. 4. Mandatory meditation rate with a case 2. Consideration under standalone cost methodology. 1109. 5. Resolution certain disputes involved with the state sponsored route, committee north or east corridor or commission. 1109.1. Meditation statement of the purpose of organization jurisdiction. The board favors the resolution is viewed through the use of the meditation arbitration procedure, with the formal board procedure. Whenever possible, the parties make the result of the dispute before the board using the board meditation procedure. The procedure shall not be available in regulatory proceedings obtained with the grant, denial, staying, the revocation of the request of war for construction, abandonment, purchase, tract rights, some merger, pooling authority with the exemption of the related such matter. The board may, by its own order, direct the parties to the meditation, even the board's meditation procedure. The board meditation program is open to all parties with the ABL. Eligible to bring the defense materials before the board. 1109.2. Commencement of the meditation. Availability of the meditation may be commenced within a dispute before the board, pursuant to the board order issued the response of the written request of the one or more parties of the matter. Whenever the board meditation is on its own order connection with the rate of the complaint is provided. 1109.4. With the part of the 1111 of the chapter request of mediation, part of the wishing with the purpose of the meditation may file with the request of mediation of the board at any time with the filing of the complaint party of the board. Meditation procedure shall not be required to pay any of the fees of the appropriate filing associated underlying disputes as provided by the Title 49 CFR 11,002. The board shall grant with any meditation request by all parties of the meditation with one or more parties of the underlying dispute. The document consisting with the meditation where the parties seek to meditate with the dispute not eligible board sponsor meditation listed in 1109.1. 1109.3. Meditation procedure. Meditation model chairman and board with the chairman appointed with the one or more board employee with the training with the meditation, any of the disputes, some of the meditation, alternatively, the party of the matter may agree with the on-board meditator with if so informed the board within 10 days of the order saying the dispute of the meditation on-board meditator issue the party of the which are equally. P. For the cost of the meditator, the following restriction apply with any of the mediator selected with the board with the other party. No person serving the mediator thereof the server the advocate of the party with any of the proceeding arising and relieve the mediator with the dispute included without limitation representation party of the mediation before any of the federal court and agency, and if the meditation does not fully resolve all the issue of the docket before the board employee the server the mediator may not therefore divide the board regarding the future disposition of the remaining issue of the docket. Maintain the period meditation period shall be 30 days at the beginning of the day of the first meditation session. The board may extend the meditation additional period of time not exceeding 30 days of the period pursuant mutual rate with all the parties of the meditation proceed with the board will not exceed the meditation for the additional period of time with one or more party of the meditation did not give the extension. The board will not order meditation more than once or in any of the particular proceeding that may permit that all the parties matter mutually request another round of the meditation. The meditator shall know for the board whether the departments have reached any of the agreement end of 30-day period. Party representation. At least one of the principals of each of the party will have the authority behind the party which have the participate with the meditation shall be represented in any session in which the mediator requests the principals to represent. Confidentiality meditation with the confidential process governed by the confidential rule of administrative dispute, the Resolution Act of 1996, with the addition of the confidential rule of the set forth and the Administrative Rule Dispute Resolution Act. Board requires the following additional confidential projections. All parties of the board sponsor of the mediation sign with agreement with the mediator with agreement the mediator shall incorporate the rules by the reference. If the party condition of the participation party of the interest, the party of the joint mediation may agree with the confidential mediation provided in section with further detail with an agreement with the meditator with the process the party of the meditation include with the meditator shall not testify the administrator of the judicial proceeding concerning the issue of the discussed meditation nor submit any of the report with the record of the determination or mediation decision of the other than settlement of the agreement that is consistent with all the parties except as required. Evidence conduct with the same when the mediator the mediation on administrative any of the board proceed with the mediation fail the result of full resolution of the dispute evidence of the other discoverable may not exclude the introduction record of the underlying proceeding that may merely because it was presented during meditation. The stuff of the materials may be used if the informal discovery procedure established by the board or other judiciary bodies. Abeyance, except for the otherwise provided in 1109.4 F and 1111 of the chapter of any part of the request of the proceeding held within abeyance of the mediation proceeding with the request that should be submitted with the chief of the section of the administrative office. The proceeding of the board shall promptly be issued with the order of the response to the request except for the otherwise provided in 1109.4 G and 1111 of the chapter. The board may also direct the proceeding with the have the abeyance depending on the conclusion of the meditation party of the mediation voluntary consistent with the meditation period during with any of the proceeding held with the abeyance of the total of the applicable statutory detention deadlines with one more of the both party of the mediation do not voluntary consistent with the meditation board will not hopefully the underlying proceeding abeyance and statutory deadlines will not be told. Mediated settlement. The settlement of the agreement that reached during as a result of the mediation must be in writing and signed with all parties of the mediation parties and need not to be provide a copy of the settlement agreement over the board otherwise to make terms of the agreement public, but the party of the mediator shall notify the board with the parties have the reach of the mutual agreement resolution required by the board to terminate with the underlying board proceed with the party settlement of the agreement shall waive all the rights of the administrative appeal of the issues resolved by the settlement agreement. Your party partial resolution mediated issues. The party reaches only partial resolution of these disputes. The mediator shall inform the board, and parties shall file with as the stipulations of the mutual reach and ask for the board to reactivate the procedural schedule for the underlying proceeding and decide the remaining issues. Art 11094 mandatory mediation rate with the cost rate cases to be considered under the standalone cost of methodology. Mandatory use of the meditation seeking the rate of the relief of the railroads and gave it involved with the standalone chaos of the methodology and gave it the non-binding meditation and the dispute of the railroad upon the submittal of the pre-filing notice of Title 49 CFR 1111. Some of the mediator with the 5 business day with after ship of the pre-filing notice for the board will assign one or more mediators to the day with the 5 business day with the signing with the mediator shall contact the party to discover the ground with the time and the allocation with the meeting party representation principal party at least one principal of each of the party who have the to bind with the party with the help participate with the mediation be present at any season which with the mediator request for the principal presentation settlement. The mediators will work with the parties to reach for the settlement with all the sum of the dispute with the narrow the issue with the dispute with the reach the stipulation may be incorporated with into an injunction before the mediator before the board and remediation does not fully resolve the dispute that the parties reach the settlement with the mediator may resist as if the written statement agreement. Confidentiality of the entire mediation process will be of the confidential, no party shall have any concession made with the information disclosed by each of the mediator if the opposing party with the board, if any of the other form of the consistent with the other party with the confidential provision 11093D with the mediation agreement that shall apply with all the mediation conducted under this section. All right, mediation period. The mediation period can be completed within 60 days of the appointment of the mediators. The mediate meditation may be terminated prior to the end of the 60-day period only with a certification of the mediators of the board and request the extent of the mediation re-engaged in later with the entertainment with the case basis, but only filled with the interested party. Procedural schedule of the absent of a specific order of the board granting an extension of the mediation will not be affected with the procedural schedule and the standing loan cost rate. So that case set forth in Title 49, 1111.9a. 11095 resolution of certain disputes involving the state sponsor of the route committee with the Northeast Corridor Commission. In addition to the meditation of the procedure with the party with the able to filing complaint with the procedure over the before the board of Amtrak, the state member of the state with the supported route committee with the established under Title 49 U.S. Standard Code 24.712 may be requested that the board informally assist with the securing outside personal professional mediation services in order to resolve the main dispute with the arising of the implementation of the compliance with the cost low allocation of methodology state support of the routes for the developed under Section 2 and of the Passenger Rail Investment and Improvement Act of 2008, the amendment of Title 49 U.S. Standard Code 24.712, A6 with the invoice of the reports are provided under Title 49 U.S. Standard Code 24.712, B rules of the procedure implemented with the state supported rules commitment that Title 49 U.S. Standard Code 24.712, A4 with respect to the particular dispute with request informal assistance, scrutiny outside professional mediation services with the board, and in absence of the complaint with the procedure of the board with the filing complaint with the board with the motion with the filing with the procedure request the head and bancy in light with the request of informal assistance. In addition, with the mediation brought the party of the able to file the filing complaint with the procedure of the board, the Northeast Corridor Commission established in Title 49 U.S. Standard Code 24905. Amtrak or the public authorities provided with the commuter passenger transportation on the Northeast Corridor may request that the board informally assisting the security of the outside professional mediations in order to resolve the dispute involving the implementation of the compliant or compliance with the policy developed in Title 49 U.S. Standard Code 24905C1 with respect to the particular dispute with respect to the report. Request informal assistance in securing outside professional mediation services may be submitted to the board if the absence of the claim with the proceed before the board if the formal complaint proceeding pending before the board a motion following the formal proceeding request for the help and the bancy with the delay with the request of informal assistance request formal board assistant with the securing outside of the professional meditation services on the paragraph A and B with the section shall be submitted with the letter duly authorized with the submitted with the board with the requesting part of the request letter shall be addressed to the director of the board of the Office of Public Assistant Government Affairs and Compliance shall include the description issued with the outside of the professional meditation services with the Office of Public Assistance Governmental Affairs and Compliance contact with the requesting party to respond with respect to the request in 14 days with the right receipt of the request. Part 1110 proceed the governing informal rule making procedures.